The Glock 43 marked a significant change in Glock's product line when it was released. Featuring a single-stack magazine instead of Glock's usual double-stack, the 43 aimed to be more concealable than Glock's earlier subcompacts like the 26. The earlier subcompacts were often criticized for being too thick, as they were practically the same thickness as the full-size models to accommodate the same magazine as the larger Glock models. But the switch to single stack meant that Glock had to make an entirely new frame and slide, a significant investment for a single pistol. With the Glock 43X, Glock appears to be building a full family of single stack pistols based on the Glock 43. Like Glock's other crossover models indicated by the X, the Glock 43X features a longer grip compared with the slide length. This was first tested with Glock 19X, which featured a full-length Glock 17 grip with the shorter Glock 19 frame and dust cover. And there wasn't a full-size single-stack Glock when the 43X was made. The Glock 43X just features a longer grip meant to accommodate a full hand grip, compared to the original Glock 43, which features a short grip that may require a magazine extension for the pinky. The next question I think everyone has is, what problem does the Glock solve, the Glock 43X? Well, number one, my first purchase of the new year is the Glock 43x MOS, and I'm going to explain to you what problem that solved for me. Now, I have a full range of all different sizes of pistols that I carry, from an LCP2 to a LCP Max, and I have an EC9S. I have a lot of full-size pistols, and I do rotate them. The system that I have set up at home, it's a little different than the system that I have when I go out, and of course, when I go out, it depends on where I'm going and what I'm wearing, because I do dress to the gun. And so, it looks a little different, but I needed a Glock 43X, and I'm going to tell you why. These fat hands. So, I do shoot accurately with the LCP2, and I do shoot accurately with the LCP Max, but what I'm noticing is, those are get-off-me guns. Those are guns that, if you get approached, or if it's within 2 to 7 yards, and you need to get a quick getaway, you pull it out, boom, boom, get off me, you dip, you call the police. Those are get off me guns. I do have get off me guns, I do carry get off me guns, but that's the role that the get off me gun, the 22 and the 380 fills. I need something that can be able to say get off me and hit those 25-yard distances comfortably. And so the problem it solved was, I needed something small enough that I can carry, but big enough that I can control, shoot comfortably, and hit out to 25 yards. And that answer was Glock 43x MOS. Now, I didn't have to get the MOS, but I did like it. There are some pros and cons to the MOS. But first things first, I want to do the fat hand test, right? I do this now a lot. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It has a longer grip, and we're going to take these really big hands, these man hands, and we're going to just grab. Fat hand, grab. Fat hand, grab. Very comfortable, and this is without the magazine. The gun is clear. There's no magazine in it. And so, it's really good. It's point, shoot. Really comfortable to shoot. I'm going to show you some footage. Point naturally. You guys know Glocks, their point of aim typically points naturally. So when it comes to the 43X, that's the problem that it really answers for me. I might need to shoot at those longer distances, and the 43X does answer that problem. One of the other things to take note if you are interested in the Glock 43X MOS is the optics cut. It is a little different than what I expected as far as experience goes. From my very limited knowledge, there's only a few micro red dots that actually look good and fit good, and it's the smaller micro red dots. I think it's like the 507K, 407K from Hollow Sun, and then they have like the EPS carry, I think it's called, that just came out, that's sold out everywhere, so I'm waiting to get that, and I'll give you a review on it. But it has the RSMC footprint, so from what I'm researching, those optics the red dot optics I just mentioned, They have that compatibility, so you do not need an optics plate. But of course, Trigicon, I think, has a different, or they make a wide range of optics. And there's a lot of companies out there. Do your research. I'm still doing mine. You have Burris. I have the Burris Fastfire on my Ruger 5.7. It needed a plate. I was used to optics plates, but what I'm hearing is if you can just mount it onto your gun without the optics plate, it just fits better. Of course, it's less parts, it's lighter, and so look into it. Look into the RSMC footprint and figure out what optics you want to run and why. Another thing to consider is if you're going to be putting a light on your 43X. It does have a light rail here. It's very thin, and so not every light that you buy will fit. From my research, there's two. The one that I'm technically looking at right now, and it's very hard to get, it's the light rail TLR sub. It's a TLR 7 sub, and of course that's by Streamlight, which is, it's a cheaper Chinese brand. It's the same thing as Olight. I know there's a lot of Olight. I don't even want to make this about that, but there's a lot of Olight haters in the gun world. So I guess they like Streamlight. It's still Chinese, whatever. But Olight doesn't support the Glock 43X right now that I know of. It is Streamlight, and it is the TLR 7 sub. That comes in at about $130 shipped on Amazon if you can find it. And so, of course, there's limited light that you can run on your Glock 43X. So what are my final thoughts of the Glock 43X? I shot a lot of bullets through a Glock 43X before the MOS came out. I thought it was comfortable. I had no problems with the gun. Never experienced a failure. I probably shot 500 rounds through it. It's typical Glock, man. Just quality plastic gun. I mean, what do you really want out of this? It points well, it shoots well. You still have your plastic sights on here, but whatever. I got some Ameriglows coming in that are, I think, aluminum. You know, you got your upgrade options. You can get the 15-round magazines to put in the gun. These do come with 210. I got 210 rounds because I got it in Connecticut. But it's a good gun. I have no complaints. I've shot a million Glocks. This is going to run just like every other Glock I have. It fits comfortably in my hand. And those are my final thoughts. Now, there's a lot of good competitors out there. The P365 XL, the Hellcat Pro, and I think like a Shield. What is it? I forgot the name of it. M&P Plus or something like that. Those are larger guns. There's good competition out there. And it's hard in 2023 to come across a gun that is low quality and not reliable. Even the High Point is low quality and reliable. The Glocks are good quality and reliable. So it's really hard to come across a bad gun nowadays. And so we're living in the golden era of firearms. Pick your poison. Thanks for tuning in. I got some first shots of the LCP Max coming out soon, and first shots of this new gun I bought for the new year. Stay tuned.